Coming up on CBS News Channel 5, Wyoming residents have started putting pen to paper to show their support for medicinal marijuana. Find out how many signatures have been collected. And a special visit to Cheyenne by a famous group of World War II African-American military pilots known as the Tuskegee Airmen. These stories and more coming up on your station.
From the capital of Wyoming, this is News Channel 5, news at 5:30.
In the fight against pain, nausea, and potentially cancer and glaucoma, could marijuana be the answer? Medical marijuana activists believe so. Good evening, I'm Anthony Keith. Amanda Turner has the night off. With medical marijuana legal just south of us in Colorado as well as in 22 other states and Washington, D.C., many here believe it's high time Wyoming is next on that list. Tiffany Logan has more on a group that's fighting for the cause.
Starting today, petitions became available for registered voters to show their support for a medical marijuana ballot initiative. At about 3 o'clock this afternoon, they had more than 200 signatures. They gathered at Scooter's Bar. They need a little more than 26,000 from across the state, and only about 4,000 of those can come from Laramie County residents. The group knows Wyoming Governor Matt Mead stands against legalizing medical marijuana, but Wyoming NORML is pushing people to do their own research.
It's really easy to fool the masses. It's really hard to unfool the masses. And we just want everybody to become educated and know what this plant, it's not a drug, it's a plant, is doing for people all across the country.
Coming up tonight at 10, hear from some of the people that signed their names to show support for the cause and more on the group's purpose.
Thanks, Tiffany. Although medical marijuana is not legal in Wyoming, it is one of 17 states that allow the use of low THC pills for medical reasons in limited situations or as a legal defense. A bit toasty outside, but according to the Rentschler scale, Bill would know. He's downtown at the depot basking not only in the rays, but in the food and fun. Ribfest is back, and what better way to deliver the weather than with a full stomach? Bill, send it out your way.
Thanks, Tony. No sauce on my face quite yet, but that might be changing here as soon as we're done with the show. Now, it was a hot one down here at the depot for the Kiwanis Rib Fest, not just because of the spicy barbecue sauce you got coming out of the tents behind me. It was one of the hottest days of the year across the viewing area. The good news, though, if we look at our current temperatures, we are starting to cool down just a little bit, seeing some increasing cloud cover from the west. So here in Cheyenne, a current temperature of 86. Laramie is down to 71 degrees as they've had some shower and thunderstorm activity in their area in the last hour, but still seeing a lot of upper 80s and lower 90s across our east in the Panhandle. Radar and satellite composite again is showing most of those showers and thunderstorms off to our west, but if we zoom in and look at our high resolution radar, we are seeing some heavier shower and thunderstorm activity just to our north here in Cheyenne. That's going to continue to push to the north out of our viewing area. Through the rest of the evening here in Cheyenne, though, I think we stay dry. We will hang on to some cloud cover, though, so won't be as hot as it was this afternoon because of the clouds. We're going to be seeing temperatures drop down into the lower 70s by this evening. So it's going to be a good night, maybe a little on the breezy side right now to bring the family out. For the Kiwanis Rib Fest. It's $3 to get a wristband to get in the door. $7 will give you a wristband for the entire weekend. You then also have to pay for the ribs from the individual ribbers themselves. But all the proceeds from the admissions go to the Kiwanis Club, which then go back into the community to benefit the youth of Cheyenne. So it's going to be a great night to get out here to support the Rib Fest. It goes on until 11 o'clock tonight. Also goes on from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. for the day on Saturday. But I'm going to drop the microphone now because I'm going to go stuff my face with some ribs. So, Tony, the next time you see me, I might have some sauce on my face. Let's go ahead and send it on back to the studio.
Bill's been talking about Rib Fest for about 6 months now, so he's pretty excited. Switching gears, Laramie County School District 1 is looking toward their future with the opening of Prairie Wind Elementary School. News Channel 5's Catherine Spencer has a peek inside the new building and what this means for the district.
Tony, it's been 6 years since they've built another school in the district, and they say it's a step in the right direction towards alleviating the overcrowding they've been facing for years.
Cut the ribbon.
Laramie County School District 1 cut the ribbon of progress Friday morning, welcoming Prairie Wind Elementary into Cheyenne.
It's hard to describe the feeling, but it's bubbly and exciting and fantastic. We're opening a school.
The new 75,000 square foot facility is changing the way school is thought about.
But really the design is the neighborhoods, you know, the K2 neighborhood, 3-4 neighborhood, 5-6.
Building neighborhoods for cooperative learning.
You know, it's not private practice anymore. It's not where you walk into your room, you shut your door, you teach your kids, you send them home. It's about collaboration.
The building will hold 506 students, helping to alleviate a major issue the district has faced for years.
We've had such an overcrowding in the Central Triad, and this will really help that, so kids can go to the schools that they live across the street from rather than being bussed all over.
Giving students and families more time together.
They can get home with family and be at school and not be on a school bus.
And letting teachers focus on educating the future.
Educators love kids, and it's about getting in here and getting busy doing what we do.
5 schools opened up in Wyoming this week alone. LCSD1 says they don't know exactly when Davis Elementary is set to open, but they hope to have a decision Monday morning. Reporting in Cheyenne, I'm Catherine Spencer for CBS News Channel 5.
Thanks, Katie. And a reminder, school starts August 25th for Laramie County School District 1. An investigation has begun into a house fire that happened last night just north of Cheyenne. 9 different fire crews responded to the rural area off of County Road 124A. The fire was difficult to get under control due to its location and lack of available water. The homeowners are out of town, so no one was injured in the blaze. The house is expected to be a complete loss. And a reminder to Wyoming homeowners and business owners in Niobrara and Johnson counties, if you were affected by the late May, early June flooding, you have until September 8th to apply for state and federal disaster assistance. So far, nearly $2.5 million has already been provided to Wyoming disaster survivors. And employees for Union Pacific have been dealt a hefty blow. The Omaha-based company plans to cut hundreds of management jobs. This as the amount of coal shipped by railroads continues to drop. A UP spokesman says the cutbacks were job eliminations, not just temporary layoffs, and wouldn't confirm a specific number or say where the cuts would fall in the coming months. Severance packages will be available for some who will lose their jobs. City of Cheyenne got a special visit from some service members today who made an impact many years ago, not just by serving our country with courage, but by breaking cultural barriers. News Channel 5's Andrew Hogan reports.
They're known as the Red Tails, the world-famous group of fighter pilots. The Tuskegee Airmen were made up of the first ever black military pilots in the United States.
We were the ones doing the work, but who makes inventions? People doing the work.
In the 1940s, the American military was racially segregated, but because the United States needed airmen for World War II, the 332nd Fighter Group was formed.
Where we had prejudice in the United States and in the service at that time there.
The young men faced challenges normal airmen would never have to face, being the front runners in the aerial fights.
And after doing other things, I ended up in Vietnam.
But these brave men had a chance to speak to Cheyenne on Friday, answer questions, and receive thanks from local military and community members who wanted to know more about their story.
But here again, it was adversity, and here again it was meeting adversity in a positive sense.
A story of cultural battles and bravery in combat. Reporting from Cheyenne, Andrew Hogan, News Channel 5.
From 1941 to 1946, about 1,000 pilots graduated from TAF. Coming up later in the show, Donald Trump is being forced to take a break from his campaign trail. Find out why in just a bit.
Time now for your exclusive forecast.
Live at the Kiwanis Rib Fest. Seeing some nice weather right now, but clouds have increased from the west, which is okay because it's cooled us off, because this afternoon it was a hot one of the hottest days of the year. If we look at our Cheyenne Light Fuel and Power Almanac, we were at 92 degrees here in Cheyenne. Again, that ties for the warmest record, or for the warmest temperature that we've seen so far this year here in the capital city. Now, it's also just 2 degrees off the record high of 94. But like I mentioned, we've cooled off nicely as the clouds have moved in. 86 here in the capital city. Winds also a little blustery, but it's making it feel pretty nice down here at the depot, blowing from the south at 18 miles an hour. Now, your current temperatures across the viewing area, seeing some warmer temperatures across the panhandle where they're having some clearer skies in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Alliance right now, the warm spot at 95. Laramie, on the other hand, the cool spot there at 71 degrees. They had some rain showers pass through the region here within the last hour. Now, if we look at our radar and satellite composite, for the most part, we've seen those showers and thunderstorms off to our west in the high country this afternoon. But if we zoom in and look at our high-resolution radar again, we do see some stronger storms just to the north of Cheyenne across northern Laramie County. Could see some moderate to heavy rain with these as they continue to push primarily to the northeast. But as we move through the rest of this evening, I think we're going to stay dry here in Cheyenne. Most of that shower activity should remain well off to our west. Now, our water vapor imagery, I've been talking about this the last several days, almost the last week. Nothing has really changed. We still have that big ridge of high pressure across the Intermountain West. That's going to be keeping things hot and dry for the day tomorrow, but changes are coming. If we look at our surface map for the rest of the night tonight, I think we'll stay partly cloudy to mostly clear overnight tonight. But as we move through the day tomorrow, we have a cold front that's going to be approaching the region. But for tomorrow, we'll be seeing plenty of sunshine and really warm temperatures. Some areas approaching triple digits before we see that cold front move through. As it does so, we'll see rain chances really increase Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. And then as we move through the day onto Sunday, that front really going to stall out along our area. So it could spark off more showers and thunderstorms for the day on Sunday with cooler temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than we're at right now. But again, also, we'll see that chance for some severe weather. Not shown up here on my graphic, but a marginal risk for severe weather across much of the viewing area for the day tomorrow. Now, the futurecast for the rest of this evening, we'll again see some scattered isolated shower activity. Should end by about 10 o'clock or so overnight. Mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures really on the mild side in the low to mid 60s for many areas. Here in Cheyenne, 61 degrees. And then for the day tomorrow, plenty of sunshine to start the day. In the afternoon, though, again, we'll see some building cloud cover with some scattered showers and thunderstorms as that cold front approaches. Temperatures really stay really hot, though. Actually, 2 degrees cooler than we were at today here in Cheyenne, 90 for the high tomorrow. But check out Scotts Bluff. I have them at 100 degrees for the day tomorrow. So if you have outdoor plans, make sure you're staying hydrated and weather aware because it's going to be another hot one. So tonight here in the capital city, 61 degrees, some passing cloud cover. Should be great weather to come down here to the Rib Fest for the day tomorrow. 90, so another hot one with mostly sunny skies, but more scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. The extended forecast for Cheyenne, temperatures cool down to 81 on Sunday. We're going to hang out in the lower 80s Sunday and Monday before another cold front moves through, cools us off to the mid 70s for the middle of the week before we dry out and slowly warm up for the middle and end of next week. Scotts Bluff and Gering, basically the same boat, 100 degrees tomorrow, but they're all the way down to 81 degrees by Tuesday before they slowly warm up for the rest of the week. And guys, great weather expected down here for the Rib Fest. All the proceeds going to the Kiwanis Club, so a great cause. So come on out if you can. But again, I'm meteorologist Bill Rentschler live from the Rib Fest. We'll go ahead and send it back to the studio with Anthony and Jesse.
If Bill does not come back with any ribs, he's not being let in this building.
He's no longer my friend.
He's got to come back with at least an order for you, order for me. I don't care about him.
By an order, you mean 4 slabs for each of us.
No, that's for me, exactly. Absolutely. So do his part for the team. By gosh, bring back ribs, Bill. Come on.
Teamwork. That's really what all of us here at CBS News Channel 5 try to help each other.
We try, even if Bill doesn't bring back the ribs. Absolutely. This is a team here, and teamwork is important, whether it's right here at News Channel 5 or on the football field. We're going to tell you how it may help the Wyoming Cowboys rushing attack this season in a bit. Back at 2. Sports next.
News Channel 5 Sports.
And a good Friday evening, everyone. Teamwork is important where you work at. For instance, I helped my colleague Bill Rentschler this week pronounce tough words like monotony. And in return, he helps me pronounce even tougher words like the. Teamwork is also the name of the game for the Wyoming football team's rushing attack. Last season, veteran tailback Sean Wick went down with a broken hand, allowing true freshman Brian Hill to shine out of the backfield. Now, with Hill and Wick set to see many reps this coming season, each one is making sure to help out the other.
Me and Sean, we always go to each other if we don't know what's up with the play. Sometimes, you know, we were running player-ran practices, and I didn't know some of the plays, but he knew them, and he didn't know some of the plays, but I knew him. And, you know, he's always helping me because it's a constant competition between us. And as long as we compete, we just both get better.
It's definitely helping, you know, especially in this offense. It's a run-heavy offense, so, you know, if you get tired, I got another guy that can, you know, keep the drive going, and, you know, that's definitely needed in what we're doing here.
The season kicks off 2 weeks from tomorrow, September 5th at War Memorial in Laramie. Now, if you're planning to make the trip, that's going to be a 2 p.m. kickoff that day against North Dakota. Cowboys looking to rebound from a 4-8 mark last season and make it back to a bowl game for the first time in 4 seasons. To the pros, and the Broncos are opening up their preseason slate tonight in Seattle. But the main topic this week at Dove Valley wasn't the Seahawks. It was a leaked email from New England quarterback Tom Brady about Denver QB Peyton Manning, boasting, quote, "I've got another 7 or 8 years. He has 2. That's the final chapter," unquote. Now, how did Manning take to this level of roasting?
I mean, I've been roasted before. That is not a roast. So, I mean, I won't be on that Comedy Central roast, but I've been at a couple of, you know, private dinners and banquets where I didn't know it was going to turn into a roast of me, but it did. And I can promise you that was that email was amateur night compared to some of the things people have really said about me.
And we'll have an update on the Broncos game for you tonight at 10. Rocks opening a 3-game series tonight down at 20th and Blake against San Diego. First pitch about an hour from now. And if there's any salvation about tonight's game for the Colorado, Padres starting pitcher Tyson Ross is 0-4 in his 4 other starts at Coors Field. All right, kids, stay with us. News Channel 5 at 5:30 is back right after this.
Got a story or news tip? Call us at 634-7755.
Welcome on back. The top diplomats of Cuba and the U.S. are describing some of the hard issues that lie ahead following the raising of the U.S. flag over the Havana embassy after a 54-year diplomatic break.
Now, after 50 years of stalemate and not a lot of progress being made, we needed an audible. We needed a new direction, especially with a nation just 90 miles off our coast.
Secretary of State John Kerry took a tour through Old Havana and says talks on full normalization of ties will start in mid-September, building on the restoration of diplomatic relations. And it's been an ongoing debate, minimum wage. Here in Wyoming, minimum wage is $5.15 an hour. In Washington, the people who work with our members of Congress say they can't make ends meet with their wages. Alex Miller from our Washington News Bureau spoke to one woman who says things need to change.
Some days, Santia Bailey spends more than 10 hours working inside our nation's capital, and that's before she heads to job number 2.
I leave from KFC at 12:45. I don't get home until like 1:45, 2 o'clock because of the train.
And then you wake up at 6.
And do it all over again.
For nearly 2 years, she served the country's most powerful people coffee, lunch, and their midday snacks. Just by talking to her, you can tell it's something she's proud of. But for Santia, the nearly 17 hours of work per day at around $10 an hour has proven its cost a lot. 6 months into her pregnancy, Santia lost her baby. Her doctor said it was from working too much.
I take it one day at a time. That's all I could do.
She says there are many others just like her.
It's rough. Sometimes it get overwhelming. The tired look on people's faces, it's unbelievable. You know, we come to this building, you'll think we be living good, not living in poverty.
Santia told us she was offended by Republican presidential candidate Jeb Bush's comments to work more hours. She worries it's a sentiment many Republicans share.
It's hard out here. Maybe they don't understand. They go in with one uniform and come out with a different uniform to punch another clock.
Nearly every Senate Democrat has signed on to this letter to call for an investigation into the treatment of Capitol Hill workers. Senator Sherrod Brown hopes to persuade Republicans to look into the matter as well.
I'm hopeful that they reassess. People that are working that hard should make a living wage, period.
Santia hopes her story makes a difference.
$15 in the union. That's the whole purpose.
In Washington, Alex Miller, News Channel 5.
All right, thanks to Alex Miller for that report. Donald Trump Let's take a break from the campaign trail to fill another civic duty. The Republican presidential frontrunner will report Monday to a Manhattan courtroom called for jury duty. Trump will be at the Iowa State Fair tomorrow, along with Democratic presidential frontrunner Hillary Clinton. If he fails to appear for jury duty Monday, he could face a $250 fine. As we head to break, here's a look at today's market report.
On Facebook and Twitter.
Rib Fest 2015, and it is packed for the first day. It runs through Sunday. We've got the schedule up on our website, kgwn.tv. And Jesse, some pretty nice weather out there.
Weather? I'm looking at about ribs. I'm just like about ready to salivate thinking about all the barbecue sauce and finest meats in all the land.
All the land. Yeah, they're from all over the world. Got to mention that. So get out there if you can. Jesse's over here. He's literally salivating on desk.
You know what? This is for Bill right here. It's like, you know what? I'm ready to go, Bill. Just bring back the food. I'm set.
Real fast before we go, as crazy as this may sound, flamethrowers. Those things that were once weapons of war, now available for sale to the public. Yeah, check this out. Cleveland startup called Throw Flame is selling them some for about $1,600. So check that out, Jesse. Would you buy one?
This is the concept. Let's throw flame to somewhere. That's fun for a weekend, kids.
You
Do
can
not
cook
try
some
this at
ribs
home.
pretty fast with that.
Do not try this at home.
Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you again tonight at 10. Go Broncos!